Ever wondered how a simple idea transformed into a multi-billion-dollar company, reshaping the global hospitality industry? Let's dive into the fascinating story of Airbnb. It all started in San Francisco with two industrious designers, Brian Chesky and Joe Gebbia. Struggling to make rent, they hatched a plan to turn their loft into a lodging space. But how would they do it? With 3 air mattresses and a hearty breakfast, they created a unique experience for guests attending a local design conference. This was the humble beginning of Airbed and Breakfast. It wasn't just about providing a place to sleep, but also about creating connections and cultural exchange. Their idea was simple, yet revolutionary, offering a personal touch in contrast to the impersonal nature of hotels. And so, in 2008, with a website and a dream, Airbnb was born. In its infancy, Airbnb was far from the success it is today. It faced numerous challenges. The journey of Airbnb from a simple idea to a billion-dollar company was anything but smooth. In the early days, the founders, Brian Chesky, Joe Gebbia, and Nathan Bleckershik, struggled with an array of obstacles. The concept of renting out your living space to strangers was not immediately embraced. It was a radical idea that was met with skepticism. The founders found it difficult to secure funding. Investors were wary. The notion of people opening their homes to complete strangers seemed risky. This lack of interest in funding became a major hurdle. But, as it is often said, necessity is the mother of invention. The founders needed a way to keep their dream alive, and with the 2008 presidential election around the corner, they came up with a creative solution. They designed and sold novelty cereal boxes, Obama O's and Cap'n McCain's. This innovative cereal box campaign not only generated much-needed funds, but also caught the attention of the media and potential investors. The cereal box stunt was a turning point for Airbnb. It demonstrated the founders' creativity, resilience, and sheer determination. It showed that they were willing to think outside the box, quite literally, to make their dream a reality. This audacious move led to their first significant funding, a seed investment of $600,000 from Y Combinator, a startup accelerator. This early period of Airbnb's history was a testament to the founders' tenacity. They faced rejection, financial difficulties, and skepticism, yet they remained undeterred. Their innovative approach to problem-solving and their unwavering belief in their idea fueled their journey forward. Despite the hurdles, the founders' determination saw them through, proving that creativity can indeed solve complex problems. And so, the story of Airbnb serves as a powerful reminder that success is often born out of adversity, and that with determination and a touch of creativity, even the loftiest of dreams can become a reality. Every enterprise has a turning point. For Airbnb, it was the year 2011. In the early days, Airbnb was like any other startup, full of ideas, full of potential, but also full of uncertainty. Then came 2011, the year that would change everything. The company had been steadily growing, but it was in this year that the true potential of Airbnb was recognized by venture capitalists. The funding poured in, with investors betting big on this innovative concept. They saw what Airbnb could become, and they were willing to put their money where their vision was. This influx of funding was a game changer. It provided the capital Airbnb needed to expand, to innovate, to scale. But it wasn't just about the money. This was a vote of confidence, a signal to the world that Airbnb was a force to be reckoned with. This funding was more than just capital. It was a catalyst that propelled Airbnb into a new phase of growth. And grow, they did. With this newfound financial stability, Airbnb began to broaden its horizons. No longer were they just a platform for renting out spare rooms. Now, they were in the business of entire homes. This was a pivotal moment in Airbnb's history. It marked the transition from a platform for shared spaces to a full-fledged hospitality service. This expansion was not without its challenges. There were regulatory hurdles, logistical complexities, and the ever-present threat of competition. But Airbnb navigated these challenges with resilience and ingenuity. They adapted, they innovated, they persevered. By expanding their offerings, Airbnb was able to reach a broader audience. They were able to cater to a wider range of needs and preferences. This strategic move not only diversified their customer base but also solidified their position in the market. And so, the year 2011 marked a significant turning point for Airbnb. It was a year of transformation, of growth, of evolution. It was the year that Airbnb transitioned from a struggling startup to a serious player in the hospitality industry. Airbnb's impact is not just national but global. By 2012, it had marked its presence in 192 countries. Imagine that, in just 4 short years, a simple idea, born in a San Francisco living room, had not just taken flight, but soared to every corner of the globe. The rapid expansion of Airbnb was nothing short of phenomenal. It was fueled by a potent blend of technology, innovation, and a bold challenge to traditional hospitality norms. Airbnb didn't just enter the market, it disrupted it, it revolutionized it. It turned the hospitality industry on its head and rewrote the rules. What made Airbnb so different? It was its unique proposition. The concept of opening up your home to strangers, of sharing your space and your life with people from all over the world. It was a radical departure from the sterile, impersonal hotel rooms that had long been the standard for travelers. But it wasn't just the concept that was revolutionary, it was also the scale. In less than half a decade, Airbnb had grown from a fledgling startup to a global juggernaut. By 2011, it was celebrating its 1 millionth booking, a milestone that, at the time, seemed almost unfathomable. Yet this was only the beginning. As the years rolled on, Airbnb continued to break new ground, to push boundaries, and to redefine what it meant to travel. It was no longer just about finding a place to sleep. It was about connecting, about experiencing, about immersing yourself in a culture and a community. The world started to take notice. Travelers flocked to the platform in droves, eager to explore this new way of seeing the world. Hosts, too, saw the potential, opening their homes and their hearts to guests from every walk of life. And so the phenomenon grew, from city to city, country to country, continent to continent. Airbnb was everywhere, and everywhere it went, it left its mark. It changed perceptions, it changed behaviors, it changed lives. Airbnb had successfully transformed the way people travel and experience new destinations. It was and continues to be a global phenomenon, a revolution, a movement, and it all started with a simple idea. Like most successful enterprises, Airbnb's journey wasn't without its fair share of controversies and challenges. As Airbnb began to explode in popularity, it also began to face significant backlash. One of the most prominent issues was its clash with local housing laws. In many cities around the world, Airbnb hosts were accused of essentially running unregulated hotels out of their homes, leading to a shortage of long-term rental housing and increased rent for local residents. In New York City, for example, a law was even passed in 2016 making it illegal to rent out an entire apartment for less than 30 days if the owner isn't present. Another point of contention was the criticism from the hotel industry. Traditional hoteliers argued that Airbnb was operating on an uneven playing field because it wasn't subject to the same regulations and taxes. This sparked debates about fairness and competition in the hospitality industry, leading to legal battles in numerous cities and countries. Airbnb also faced challenges around safety and accountability. There were incidents where hosts or guests behaved inappropriately or even criminally, raising questions about the company's responsibility to ensure the safety of its users. In response, Airbnb tightened its screening processes and introduced more stringent safety measures. The company also grappled with issues of discrimination on its platform. In 2016, a Harvard Business School study found evidence of widespread racial discrimination by hosts. This led to a wave of negative publicity and prompted Airbnb to launch a comprehensive review of its platform and policies, leading to several significant changes to combat discrimination. However, these controversies didn't stop Airbnb's growth. In fact, it seemed to galvanize the company to improve and innovate. It worked to address each challenge head-on, tweaking its business model, working with lawmakers to craft new regulations, and implementing policies to protect its community. Despite the controversies, Airbnb continued to grow, proving its resilience in the face of adversity. Fast forward to today, Airbnb has not only survived but thrived in the competitive hospitality industry. This revolutionary platform has grown exponentially, boasting millions of listings in over 190 countries worldwide. It has undeniably transformed the way we travel, fostering a sense of belonging anywhere in the world. The company's success is not just in the numbers but also in its impact. It has disrupted the traditional hospitality industry, challenging conventional models, and redefining what it means to travel. Today, Airbnb is not just a place to stay, but an experience, a way to connect with local communities, and immerse oneself in the culture. Looking ahead, Airbnb continues to innovate with plans to expand into new markets and develop novel experiences. It aims to make travel more accessible, sustainable, and enriching for everyone. From air mattresses to a global phenomenon, Airbnb's story is a testament to the power of innovation and resilience.